Hello, beautiful souls. Happy Wednesday. How is everybody doing? We're going to give it some time so everybody can get their notifications. Y'all know I'm going to wait a little bit so I can get my own notification. Got everything set up. We are going to be doing some great things because it's not just watercolor. We're going to talk about it's how we're going to recover after life falls apart, after life just really slaps the hell out of us. Hi, Dawn. Dawn, you know what? I think it's very interesting is you're on time, but you tell everybody else that we're here at 5, and I was just like, well, maybe her time is different. But no, we're here at 3 Central Standard Time. I enjoyed your walk today. I looked at it while I was sitting waiting on my prescription refill. Okay, hold on. Where is this at? My internet was acting a little wonky, and I realized I didn't have the right internet up. I didn't choose the right one. Okay, there we go. All right. We are going to slap some paint on some paper today. I forgot that I was supposed to show you guys the cards that I used from the other ones that I did, but I've already turned them into birthday cards and they are already gone. Oh, it's 4. That's right. So you're on Eastern Standard Time. So you are an hour ahead of me. Hey, Beth, how are you? Now I'll be with you next. Wednesday's busy. We just some busy little beavers around here. Dawn, I really did enjoy your walk. I was breathing with you. I really wanted to jump up and walk with you on the all of the things, and I was just like, "Whoa, that looks fun." And but Dawn didn't get up and take me up on the what are the different things where you were showing the the Olympics, or what was it? Paul Bunyan's playground. That's what it was. Paul Bunyan's playground. Okay, so while we wait for everybody to kind of gather, give it a little bit. I'm going to give it a little bit, to about 3, 4, 5 minutes before I really get started. I'm going to show y'all. It took 3 months, but they're finally here. These I grabbed from Grabby, and I think that's how we say it. I got 9 synthetic brushes that are, what do you call them? Hold on, you'll see. Quails. Quail. I think I'm saying that right. But hi, Paula K. We are here to do all the things. It's gonna get ready to rain here. I just came back in from letting the doggies out. But we have 9. They're all different sizes. So they range from 0 to 8. This is a fat brush. This one, I don't know if I'm going to enjoy it because of the handle. I do like Master's Touch when it's heavy. Hey, Maddie. How is everyone doing? All my ladies are here. Boop, boop, boop. Okay. But yeah, so it was something, something was on something. I can't even tell you because it was so long ago. But these were back when I was talking about I just want to paint, long as doesn't nothing interfere with me painting, I'm okay. These got ordered and they came from China, and so it's been 3 months. So they got kind of, I don't know how they got here or what, but they finally got here. The box was all beat up, but the brushes were fine. So I saved them to slap some paint on some paper today. I have some white gouache because in the colors that I'm going to use today, I probably am going to have to lighten up some things. I'm using my Rosa Geller watercolor palette because that's one of my favorite palettes for slapping paint on paper. And let's see. Yeah, we're just going to put these over here to the side. I have my mixing palette that I'm going to be using. I don't care what's in it. We're going to make, because y'all know we're doing peonies for June. So how's everybody doing? The thing about going to the replay, being on team replay, and this is what I'm going to say. When you're on team replay, you can't get the chat. That was the thing. Like Dawn would be saying something in the chat, reading the chat. She would read it, but she wouldn't read it out loud. And then she would say something. I'd be like, "Darn, well, what are you saying? What are they saying? What are they saying?" So that's the only thing I hate about team replay. So I am that maybe gave me a little bit of a thing to kind of, if y'all say something in the chat, then I'm going to read it. So at least it'll be part of the video and team replay. And then I'll try my best to read the question or read whatever is in the chat and then answer it, if that makes sense. There we go. Because we are here to help each other heal. We're here to support each other. And we're here to have fun. That's the main thing. Because y'all know life is just going to keep on life, and it ain't a daggum thing we can do about it, right? That's just it. And I'm here for it all, but not all the time. That's just it. I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it all the time. Sometimes I just want to just hang out, and I don't want to have to worry about it. Sometimes I just want to watercolor, and I don't want to have to worry about recovering for life and all the things. Sometimes I just want to just sit and be still and not worry about, well, what's going on tomorrow, what I got to do, or what bill is due. Mondays and Wednesdays, I just want to sit in the studio, slap some paint on some paper, and just hang out with you guys and have fun. And I think that's what we're going to do, okay? That's what we're going to do. Because what I've learned is that everybody needs somebody on this journey of life that, how we say, kind of is a partner. I think we're all partners in our world, well, where we are. My cousin Sarah went to the Blick store for me the other day, and in the store she's like, "Oh, people are so nice in here. People are so this and so that." I was like, "That's what art people do, crafty people. We don't have time to be up here stuck and worrying about all the things. That we take time to just sit and bask in the ambiance, right?" So I know it's not your typical YouTube for some people. Hey, Mr. McKoy, you're on your way home? Oh, it's just 3 o'clock, so not yet. But I want to speak to that part of you today that's tired. Like yesterday, I was chatting with my daughter and was chatting with another daughter, because y'all know I have 4 girls. And so when life starts knocking on the door and life starts kind of, oh my daggum air condition is just, Mr. McKoy, you're gonna have to get the shop vac out. It didn't do any good. But anyway, if y'all hear water dripping, that's the air condition. So I want you to take a moment, and if you're like, YouTube has happened to put this video in front of you and you're doing the flipping the scroll, I just want you to take a typical moment to just kind of stop scrolling for a moment, right? And I want to speak to that part of you that's tired. Not just physically tired, but tired of pretending like everything's okay when it's not. Okay? So let me say up front, this isn't just about watercolor. It's about me getting on here, me breathing again, about me talking about my journey so I can be a testament to, I got through this, you can get through that. Let's do it together. Let's not try to do things alone. And at the same time, let's slap some paint on some paper. And remember to breathe. Dawn was on her live, and it's like when she take a deep breath, I take 2 or 3 deep breaths, and I'd be sitting there, I'd be like, oh, Lord, she didn't even say breathe. But it reminded me to breathe. What is that out there? Is that the, what is that? Oh, y'all, hold on for a second. Oh, I hope that's not somebody needing to come in the house or come in the yard. There's a big old truck. Mr. McKoy, did you get an email or get a phone call or something about somebody needing to come and do something with the trees? Because that looks like a tree truck. And he came at the wrong time. Nor did I get a phone call. So, okay, he's turning on. He just used the driveway for I don't know. He's gone, so no worries. Please excuse that. Please excuse that. Please, let's get back to tired. If you're tired, let's get it. Let's get it. Okay. So I had to remind myself that even if the world says I should not be tired, or you know how people look at you and be like, I don't understand. And it's usually like you haven't been through things. I'm gonna flip through this. you haven't been through things, and we only can speak from our place of experience, right? And so when you haven't been through things, like I tell people, when I, after losing two children, two of my seven, and then they just like, oh, I can't imagine. And I quickly say, and I don't want you to have to imagine it. So let's talk about something else. Let's, whatever. That's not the conversation that you and I need to have. I only have that conversation pretty much with mothers who have lost children, because we don't have to explain things to each other, right? But over here, as women and men, when you're tired, like when you're sick and tired of being sick and tired, and you just are over it, that's the place where those are the people I'm talking to today. And I'm using my world of watercolor paint and all the things that I get to do that make me breathe again, that make me sit still. Because when I sit here in the studio on Mondays and Wednesdays, I'm sitting still. And usually when I get finished, I feel so refreshed, right? So I know it's not typical for some people. I know it's not, but it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Okay, let me go back over here. I missed something. Beth said, paints and tubes, palette, brushes, a book. I'm learning, so don't laugh. Oh, nice, Beth. Yes. Listen, that's what I'm going to be when I get on your channel. I'll be like, I got my cards, got my paper. And now, see, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. All right, let's go. All right, so this book, I pulled this book out because I was trying to find some space, because I'm trying to finish books, and this one has some. Y'all see my sketching. Y'all see I'm still trying to sketch. That's Sienna Grace. But I remember why I hadn't finished this book. I don't really like the paper. Remember I told you guys I like my paper to be toothy, have a little grip to it, have some craters and stuff. So this one kind of, that's why I stopped slapping paint in it. But I did pretty good in it. So we're going to put that over there. But we got some peonies, because we're doing peonies for the month of June. Hopefully better tubes help me paint better. Beth, let me tell you a secret. No. You, the operator of the brush, you can take a $5 paint thing and you can rock it out. The only thing better tools are going to do is make it more vibrant, last longer. I had to learn that the hard way. And practice doesn't make you better. Y'all know what we say. Practice. Yes, it makes you better, not perfect. Thank you, Dawn. But you can count on me. Count on me in as a beginner too. No judgment in this space. Definitely no judgment. Anybody gonna judge, exit stage right. No judgment over here. We ain't got time for it. I feel like oh, that's what I did. I moved it. Duh. Well, what'd you do that for, Karen? So I want to talk about Rosa Gallery. Have you heard Karen's Gina? Oh, Dawn, you know what? Now that's a good one for you, Beth. Let's do that. Because I'm going to talk about Rosa Gallery, because Rosa Gallery are my paints that I'm going to use today. And I'm going to use 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 colors. And I am going to do myself a favor, and I'm going to try my best to pop them out. Madder, that's carmine. Let me see, that's violet, that's carmine, that's madder. Because if I don't, I'll be having to count. And then when I do this replay, trying to put these video in little clips, they won't work. So my Gina K story is, Beth, this is it. That's what I thought. Gina K had me out here thinking I needed all the things, right? In order to be able to make these fabulous cards that Gina K makes. So I was like, I went and bought all the things, everything, all the paper. Every time she came on, I was looking at her. I got so much daggum crap over there. I know how to use it now, a little bit. But I've evolved into my own, how can I say, my own design. I'm not Gina K. And so therefore, I've learned that my cards are my cards. As a matter of fact, if y'all haven't seen, I take my watercolors, prints, and turn them into cards. So the embellishment folders, the embossing folders, and all the things, I got all of that stuff, all them stamps that was back there. And so I was just like, what in the world am I gonna do with all this stuff? So Gina K say I needs this, and then I can be able to make a card like her. So I got all the Gina K, not necessarily Gina K stuff, but I would go to Hobby Lobby, go to Michael's, get all the stuff, ordering the stuff. Amazon was coming, and then when I sit up there and make this card, I look at this card and I'd be like, this don't look like Gina K card. Just like, so it made me not want to learn how to do cards because I put myself in that book, in that box of thinking that I needed the things to make it better, when all I needed was me, my hands, my tools, watch what she was doing, make it now the way I do it now, and then I probably wouldn't have gave up as fast. Well, I did it for about a year, but it made me frustrated. Hence is why I came over here and started slapping paint on paper. Because the people that was talking about what they were talking about, and then they was like, okay, well, you need this and you don't need this. No, they say you don't need this, you don't need that. Use what you got, right? And I was like, oh, right. Somebody that's not telling me to go out and buy something new to make it greater, make it whatever. I was just like, okay, great. So I love Gina K. Lord knows I do, but I cannot make Gina K cards. That's just it. I can't even make May May cards. Okay. What I've learned is I make Karen McKoy cards. And I take my cards. And so if I have some more videos that I think we did some things, I've learned how to stamp on them. Because watching you card makers here within the last year, Dawn has done some things, Tracy's done some things. I'm learning how to take my artwork and turn it into my cards. And I wish I had. I didn't even take a picture of the card. I made a birthday card. I made a Mother's Day card, anniversary card. So it turned out great. But I put them in the mail today. And I'm proud of my cards. Let Gina K be the gateway to finding your own way. Abso-freaking-lutely. So, Beth, my whole thing in saying that is because that's why I have so many brushes. If I was to lay all these brushes I got on the table, because I thought I needed that brush, I thought I needed this brush. And now the only thing I can say, my watercolors, I will tell you, Beth, if you got professional watercolors or student grade watercolors, that's gonna come and bring you out the gate. I will agree with that. And the only thing is, I teach in my Patreon, it's not about the tool, it's about how loose you're going to let yourself be. How much are you going to try not to control what has already learned how to control itself? Watercolor is just like Jesus. It is so forgiving. It does not care. And then you can reignite it. Oh my goodness, watercolor is amazing. So Beth, don't pressure yourself. Now them card makings, I don't pressure myself. So even with my cards, y'all know we did the things with Bitty Penny. I did the same thing with Bitty Penny. I was just like, oh my God, my cards don't look like Bitty Penny. Like she got themes, she got cards on top of cards. And then I had to go back and be like, Karen, no. And then when Beth show her cards, I was like, okay, we in the same boat. Okay, got it. All right, cool. But I enjoyed the process. So that's what I want you guys to enjoy. I want you to enjoy the process, because when you're tired of life and you're sick and tired of all the things, I want you to be able to come into your space and give yourself permission to feel what you're going through. Give yourself permission to say, I'm tired. Tell yourself the truth. If you can't tell yourself the truth, then who can you tell the truth to? Now, with that said, I have some truth cards. I don't know where these came from, but these are what I write on. And I'll be like, okay, the truth is today. And then I write something down. And the other thing is, I want you to give yourself permission. Y'all know I've been talking about permission, and I've been trying to find these things. Shauna Klingerman created these for her Heart, Art, and Design. Probably about 2 years ago now. But I finally found the book, my little pad. And it's an official permission slip. Y'all know when you used to go to school and you used to have to get a hall pass to go to the bathroom. I'm dating myself, because back in my day, you had to have permission to do all these things. And so it says, I give myself permission to and then you write whatever it is on here. Authorized signature is your signature, and the date. And then kind of keep this in your journal, your junk journal or whatever. And then later on when you're flipping back, you get to see what you made, what you did. Like you get to see, oh, I gave myself permission to just be sloppy in the paint. Like I gave myself permission to not try to paint a perfect peony. That is when I start having fun with watercolor. I stopped trying to be like, not, I wasn't trying to be like everybody else, but I was trying to make things come out in a certain way. But when I let watercolor do its thing, y'all, that's when I started having fun. Okay, let me get this palette together. Oh, let me back up. Oh, hello, painted water. What painted wildflowers? Let me put my glasses on. Watercolor is just like Jesus. Oh yeah, watercolor is just like Jesus. It's very forgiving. I mean, very, very. Let me put these glasses on because I can see because that's small. Let me go back. Oh, hello, Melanie Foy. I am so. Oh, I was bad. I missed some things. Okay, let me catch up with the chat. My gateway was Tim Holtz. Lucky for me, he always says you do you. So I was inspired by. Yes, that's probably why I didn't go down the Tim Holtz rabbit hole. I'm a Dina Wakley, so mixed media. I'm Dina Wakley all day long. Gina K has business. Maddie, you are so right. Gina K has a business to run. But the thing about it, I wasn't buying Gina K stuff. That's the interesting part about it. I was buying, who was it then? I can't remember who the stuff I got. I can't remember, but I didn't buy, because I think I didn't buy Gina K stuff because I saw Gina K prices, and I was definitely on a no buy, no do all of that stuff. Welcome to Create. For all those that are new here, slap and paint on paper as we create joy in the studio. That is what we're here to do. We're not here to judge. We're not here to encourage, to inspire you to do anything but what you want to do. And if I happen to encourage you to want to be a better you, then my job has served its purpose today. I'm here to give you permission to feel, give you permission to grieve, give you permission to start again, even if it's the 100th time, right? People think recovery looks like strength. Most of my time for me has been failure. And I mean, when I tell you failure, like when I feel like, oh my goodness, I don't cry like I used to, after my son's death. And then I go for a walk, and the next thing you know, I'm crying through the whole walk. Be like, hey girl, nobody says grief was going to end. You have to live the rest of your life crying if you want to cry. Like sometimes I look at my flowers and I'm crying while I'm painting flowers. Sometimes it's sitting in silence. I let it go. Okay? I need permission slips. Walk day long. Walk all day long. Okay. Her products are pricey. They are beautiful, but they're pricey. But here is the thing. I said if I can't do it with this over here, I can't do it with that over there. And I will say the one thing that she inspired me to buy that I do love to this day is my sweet petunia. Is that what it's called? That sweet petunia, that stamping thing? Oh, and Dawn, that stamp you had on your on your video. Oh my God, can I have it? Can you tell me where you got it from? In what is that thing? What do we say? You kind of darn, I can't think of the word. When influence, but enable me with that. That stamp was so pretty. Okay, olive green. We need olive green. Let's get back. Olive green is it's in row 1. That's sap green. That's green. That's olive green. So we got some new watercolors from Italy coming in. We're gonna do those. Hopefully they make it before I go on the cruise. If not, no worries. Turquoise. All right, cobalt is right here. That's turquoise. Get your tongue all tied up saying that 50 times. All right, I do know we're going to need olive green. Oh, cobalt blue. Yes. And this is going to be my palette that I'm going to put together for the cruise that I'm taking. I decided I'm taking a palette, and this is going to be it. So it's going to be turquoise deep, rose madder, olive green, cobalt blue, violet light. That's the one I'm going to have to make. So I'm going to use quinacridone violet to make violet light, which we're going to put. That's why I have the gouache out here. We need yellow ochre, so we're going to need indigo. So we got indigo and yellow ochre there together. And then burnt sienna. Y'all know I love sienna because what? I even have my dog named Sienna, Sienna Grace. So we have ochre, umber, and burnt sienna. All right, so I'm going to leave these holes open so when I come back off the cruise, I'll put them back where they belong. But for the rest of the month, these are the ones that I'm going to use. Okay, yes, Misty, that's it, yes. Oh, yes, and it's from, right, so she was using whatever the one she was using, and I think I Googled it or whatever, and Hero Arts came up. And the watercoloring was so beautiful, Dawn. You reminded me I have to use my Distress water pen. Oh, yes, that, she made me pull mine. They're out right there. Look, they're right here. I took them out of the thing because I used it for water something else. So they are right here. But Dawn, you did something that I haven't done. Because usually I use these for mixed media. I have not used them for my watercolor. Why? Because I got all this daggone watercolor. Dawn is very talented. And I enjoyed the voiceover. That's something I don't do because I show up live or either I slap my video out there, however, whatever happens. All right. Okay, we got it. So let me tell you a little story behind this palette. These colors, okay? Right. I chose these colors because I wanted a palette for emotional healing and also for my expressive art and just kind of some intuitive brushwork, right? So I wanted colors and I kind of did a little deep dive into colors and, mixing the colors and kind of stuff like that. So the quality of each one of these are my favorites. Y'all know I love the blues, the greens, and the umbers. So, and the purples. So I was like, okay, when you go in and you want to do something like this, let's pull this one out because this is the colors that I kind of use. And I was like, oh yes, that speaks to me. It really does. I did say I wanted the purple to be lighter. So that's why I'm going to do a lighter kind of color. Hey Lisa, how are you? You got alive. Yay. I've got so used to seeing you on Team Replay. How are you? I wanted it to be calming. I wanted my colors to be calming, freeing. I also wanted them to be a little gentle, wanted them to be nurturing. And the cobalt is one of those colors. When you think about cobalt blue, it gives me peace because my son's favorite color was blue. And so I wanted to make sure that while I'm on the cruise that I remind myself to find my inner calm. So, and also continue to process my emotion because burnt sienna is one of those that, helps me kind of root through the path. Gives me, look at this picture right here and the brown. See how that burnt sienna pops up? That is something that I normally wouldn't have done in the past. So it gives me courage in my artwork to just kind of slap it down there, Karen, and just look at it and stand back and see how it makes you feel. Right? Remember, you got to give yourself permission to do something different, right? So for me, like, this is a journaling prompt for you. This is a journaling prompt. I asked myself, if I had no deadline, what would I give myself permission to feel today, right? So use that as a prompt for yourself. If you had no deadline, no nothing, and all you had to do was just sit in whatever it is you enjoy doing, what would you give yourself permission to feel today? Today. And remember, you got to tell yourself the what? The truth. And if you feel bold enough, put it in chat for me, right? Remember, it just has to be true. The story doesn't need to be tidy. Whatever it is doesn't need to be tidy. It may be not even something that you can reach. Like for me, I want to have a villa in Italy. Like, that's not something that I have right now, but I want to give myself permission to feel that I want to have a villa in Italy, right? It's not true yet, but I'm giving myself permission to feel it, to hone it, to own it. It's mine. Yeah, and is. And Mr. McKoy can go if he wants. If he don't, then oh well. But I am going, and y'all gonna come too. All you're gonna have to do is get your plane fare. Just come meet me in Italy. It's coming. All right, let me give him some paper. Because I realized I walked over here. I was going to do, I had these. And then I said, that's too small because we're going to open up all these brushes and we're going to slap paint on paper with all these brushes with this little palette, with these palettes. Oh, Lord. Karen, don't do that. That's yellow ochre. That's olive green. That's indigo. And that's, yeah, I need them to stay right there for a minute. And then I'm going to give myself a cheat sheet. I would have a cabin in the woods and live a very simple life. So Lisa said that she would give herself permission to have a cabin in the woods and live a very simple life. I love that video, Dawn. I don't have the Tim Holtz pencils, but Faber Intense. Proud of myself for not hopping on the bandwagon when I didn't need to. Oh, Maddie, I love it. Yes. Oh, you know what, Maddie? Let me tell you why I have them. Hobby Lobby, for whatever reason, the end of the season, I guess, I do not know. And they were like $2. And I was like, you know what? I ain't got to pay that price. So I kind of got them. And they were all three. I think it's all three of them. So I have all three of them. So I don't know if somebody messed up that day and did them wrong. We're going to have a regular brush because I need to mix up with this. Okay, got your watercolors, or whatever we're creating today. Let's get to slapping paint on paper. And remember, life is lifing. We're just going to try to take a pause right now. We're not going to worry about whatever's going on in the world. We're just going to keep breathing. And we're just going to have fun and chat and hang out. I did all of that. And I might have the color I want. This is titanium white gouache. You know, gouache is very opaque. We're going to go down that rabbit hole when I come back. That'll probably be in July. July. But I do like the Tim Holtz one, but I like them better, I guess, when I use them in my mixed media. They work out. But Dawn just made me want to try to use them in. Oh, you know what? I know why I don't use them that way, because I'm usually freehanding my flowers. That's what it is. See, Dawn had that beautiful flower. And nor do I use them. I don't color in a coloring book. So, oh, that's pretty. I like that. Maybe a little bit darker. Maybe. This is Quinacridone Violet. And these are Rosa Gallery. And I love Rosa Gallery. And for those who want to not be unable, but maybe want to get your own, I put my affiliate link in the description box below. And that would be a great thank you for buying me some coffee or something like that, with whatever I'll use with that. But it's, and you know, the other thing I like about Rosa Gallery, I waited for sales, which is predominantly how. Yes. Paula K, I'm with you on that. That's how I got those. Rosa Gallery is, this is about me changing my bad habits. Maddie, you had a bad habit. You called it a bad habit. I realize when I pop out and I look at all the stuff in my studio right now, I be like, Karen, you got a problem. And then I went back and I was like, everything is making me happy right now. So I kind of tried to take it away, but I will agree, Maddie, if the stuff that we jumped on the bandwagon, like I said, that Gina K bandwagon, all that stuff I had, that's over there. That's all over there. It's not boxed up. It's pretty in my studio, but at the run of a day, how often do I pick it up? It's just it's not. It's not. Let's see. Oh yeah, I like that color. That's pretty. I think I want to make it. I'm gonna stick with it. We're gonna go with that. We're just gonna let that go. Okay, that's what I wanted to make see what if that's what it was, because that's with me, Maddie. I can agree with that. That was me. Again, that's how that Gina K thing was, and that is exactly how I started doing that and jumping on all these lives and jumping on the bandwagon. And I was just like, God, what am I gonna do with this? Or if I use it one time, and my habit started during COVID, when it was easy to get on that bandwagon, and like, oh, let me get this and let me do that. So it's just one of those things I totally can relate and understand. And that's why now I limit my stuff to watercolor. I'm just on watercolor, and I'm kind of paused with that. Okay. Here we are. Let's get ready. We're going to try out all of these. And for anybody that came in late, these are grabby. It took them 3 months to get to me because I didn't know that they came from, well, I guess where I ordered them from. And yes, I'm finna put them all in this water because I want them all, they nice and stiffed up. I want them all nice and wet. And the water is not, this is another thing I'll tell you guys. When you put water in your pan, in your jar, try to let the brush tip go in there. You don't want the water to get all up in there and mess them up. But we're just going to wet these all up, and then we're going to pull them all out. So we're going to give them a good bath. Doesn't that look good? They look so good in there. I've been paper crafting since, oh, wow, Maddie. Oh, you know what? Yeah, with your, what's that book called? Squash book, squeeze book, whatever that book is. I love that book. All right, let's go. Oh, yeah, they feel like they're breaking up. All right. Now let me get their towel, because when you give the babies a bath, you got to have the towel so that they can dry off. I don't leave them sitting in there. All right. And I am going to see which one I like. This is a big one. So this was a number 8. This one's a number 7. And the number 5. They are huge. So I'm quite sure they hold a lot of water. So where's that pad at? Let's do this. This is what we're going to do. We're going to do this first. Let's do this. Right. Oh, that's a nice way to clean that out. Look at it, just clean it all up and swap it up, slop it up. Oh, that's fun. So these bristles are very soft. I'm a little impressed, But this would not, I would not use this for a flower. This would be something like a landscape maybe. That's a big old brush. I don't need no brush that big. Maybe landscapes. So I'm assuming this one's going to do the same thing. We'll just swap it down. Yep. Remember I told y'all watercolor is just like Jesus is forgiving. Okay, wake it up, move it around. And I started saying that because acrylic wasn't forgiving. And I started out with doing acrylic paint. Acrylic paint wasn't forgiving. I'm just like, oh, you make a mess, you just make a mess. I've been paper crafting I've been paper crafting since the 1900s. All I can say is y'all do an amazing job. I am very impressed. Very impressed. All right, we are going to use this number 2, a number 3. I think that's it. I think they all pretty much got the same consistency. It's okay. So we're going to use that, and we're going to go back over here. But I like that. It's okay, but I need to be a little bit more of a control freak right now, and those wouldn't let me be controlling. So we're going to use the number 3 and the number 2. And then I am going to get my dagger brush, the number 10. And we are going to get at it. This paper right here is a paper pack that I got from Michaels. I'm very impressed with it. Very impressed. Remember, I'm much older than you. But hubby is such a bad influence. He tells me not to limit my craft supplies, but well, Mr. McKoy, he be wanting to know he be wanting to know what I need and what I want, but by the time he get to it, I've already got it. Now, Maddie, I think I was telling you that Tim Holtz glass table, he bought that for me for my birthday one year, and I used it. Let me see where we got. Let me concentrate on what I'm doing. I used it, and when we were in Colorado, but once we moved, now that I'm here, my whole tabletop is glass. Like I can just move this right here and just slap, put paint, do all. Oh, ah. All right, we're gonna make that. See how I made that mistake right there? We're not gonna worry about it. It's not a problem. We just gonna slap some paint down. And remember, we're doing these peonies. I'm using a different brush, a dagger, because I wanted to see something. Because remember I told y'all I'm using all my brushes because that is one of my vices is I like brushes. Watercolor brushes. All right, we're going to make this go around, start folding it in. See? Can't even see it. Can't even see it. Oh, by the way, I'm giving myself permission to visit Karen at her villa in Italy. And do. We're going to work on it. I was trying to get the retreat together for Breckenridge for November, but we had to kind of change and pivot some things. So next year it'll be probably for sure. And we'll just go and take our paints and whoever wants to meet me in the well, it won't be snow in November, but whoever will want to meet me in Breckenridge, then we'll have information for that. We just want to slap paint on paper wherever we go. We just want to do all things. We want to slap paint on paper. Then we want to make cards with our things. We just want to have fun. Now that's a big old peony, and we're gonna go back and just do it. Now, Beth, let me see. I don't want you to be what number. I need to know what kind of brush you're using. Tell me what kind of brush you're using. All right, I'm going to take this dagger and see, I'm going to use this brush and we're just going to lay that down there and drag that over there. And then kind of lay that down there and make that nice and bold. Because you think about a flower, this is kind of like, that's the top, this is the bottom. And then these leaves, we're just going to kind of fan them over, fan them around. Just slap some water on there and just slap it down. Don't stress over it. This is the same way I want you guys to reset. Because remember, we're resetting in June. We're already a half of year gone. So don't spend a lot of time thinking about what you're going to do. Whatever it is you journal in your journal and you decide, you're just like, oh, I'm thinking about I want to do this or I want to do that, right? I'm giving you permission. You have a permission slip to do it. Hello, I had to figure out how to put my name up. Oh, okay. Oh, that's it. Okay, Jen. So Painted Wildflowers is Jen. Thank you. We like to call each other by our names. I had no clue. My brush didn't have a number. Okay, well, let me ask you this. So I got a set that has numbers. Okay, so, but the names, like this is a dagger brush, a number 10 dagger brush. Do you have a name as to what, like this is a dagger, this is a filbert, and so forth, like on your brush, that could tell me a lot. Tell us a little bit about your brushes. So, Jen, welcome to the studio. Thank you for joining us. I really do appreciate you subscribing to my channel and coming and hanging out with us. We just like to have fun over here. We do. We have a chef around here. We got card makers around here. Um, we got a lot. Dawn takes us on walks on Wednesday morning. So, so we're always doing something. Okay, now I'm going to put that brush down and I'm going to pick this brush up because I'm going to do something kind of, let's see. Ooh, I like it. Ooh. This is wet on wet. Dawn, remember I told you to let yours kind of dry for the stuff you be wanting to do? But when you want the leaves to kind of, the petals to kind of flourish, you just go on and go in. But I wanted to see what this was going to do because I kind of did it on here. So I was going to see if I can recreate what I did last evening today. So Jen, what is your thing? What do you do? Brushes do have sizes. The higher the whole number, the larger, the smaller. Yes. Yes. The smaller number can go. Yep, that can. Yep. So, and I got stuck. So the reason why I pulled out all my brushes is in trying to use my different brushes because I got stuck in my creating and learning how to do a thing. I got stuck between a 10 and a 12. I wasn't using anything else. It was only a 10 and a 12 round. So this jar right here, or this man's head or whatever it was to let me start doing something different. Rounds are still in there, but I wanted to learn how to, pretty much just do stuff with different sizes, different kinds. So the filbert brush is becoming my favorite. And these quills are pretty good because they hold a lot of water. I think it was a round brush. Well, let me ask you this. So does it look like this? Like this one? I can go through a process of elimination. Do it look like these at the tip? And I'll wait for you to respond before I put up another brush. Watercolor. I do sketchbook series, dry fruits first, then veggies, currently on florals. Oh, nice. Okay, well, I'm going to have to go scroll over to your channel and subscribe to your channel so I can see. I'm just getting into sketchbook. Yes, Dawn, that's who that is. Michelangelo. Thank you. That's Michelangelo's head. He houses my current brushes that I'm using. Yeah, there we go. And that's another reason why Dawn pops in, because Dawn keeps me straight. She keeps me on track. Okay, so we're going to let that dry. Now I'm going to use this other color, the one we created. I feel like it's a little too thick. So let's put some more water in there and lighten it up. And remember the violet, because it's purple is my favorite color. All shades, all colors, I don't care. And so purple is maybe it's a liner. Do I have a liner? I don't know. No, that's a small dagger. Listen, when you go live, just show it to me. I'll be on your live, so you'll just show it to me then. And then we'll go from there. Okay, so we're going to kind of I'm going to do a kind of a bouquet. I'm going to try to make this into a bouquet. Okay, and the other thing is, y'all know life. Life be lifing, life be doing what it's going to do. Watercolor does not care, right? Watercolor doesn't care. Watercolor doesn't need a permission slip. Watercolor is just like, hey, just slap me on the paper and let me do my thing, right? And so this is another reason why I love slapping paint on paper with watercolor. And look at this. So you take this and put it down, and right here, this is the look I want. This is a different flower. So remember, I'm doing peonies, so I have to come back. But here's my problem. I kind of came back over too much, so we're going to have to curve this a little bit right here, make these petals kind of boop, 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 come through. So you can imagine it came through there, and it's just like your bouquet. Just slap it down. Don't spend a whole lot of time trying to really create this perfect flower in the beginning. Don't do that. Because if you do, then you'll beat yourself up because it doesn't look like an end result. So with watercolor, in your mind, just kind of be like, oh, I want that. That's your end. Like my daughter said yesterday, she starts stuff with the end in mind. It's like what she wants the end to be. So with watercolor, you can do that, but while you're doing it, don't put that kind of pressure on yourself. Take the brush and just like boop, 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 slap it down. Just doop, 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 slap it down. Boop, boop, keep it moving, keep it moving, keep it moving. I'll show you later what we can do about that. I'll show you later. All right, we got that flower. Now we're going to turn my paper upside down. How am I going to do that? Let me see. No, I'm going to have to start. Yep, I'm going to turn it upside down because this flower is going to go that way. And we're going to change colors. We got that color, that color. Am I going to change colors? Yeah, no, yeah. Yes, we are. We're going to kind of do this. Let's put some of this in there. And that's going to give it a little bit of a kind of, it's giving me too much red, but no worries. Oh, there we go. A little purple it up. Okay. You saw that. You saw it, Dawn. It went right on over there. That's how loose. That's how loose I want you to hold your brush till like it's gone. So don't grip it too hard, but literally just be like, okay, this is here, this is here. Okay, I'm gonna right here. Gonna do. That's your first one, and just kind of wiggle it around a little bit, and then just slap the other one around. Just really, literally slap the paint on the paper, right? And slap that one. Start curving because we're doing peonies, so we got to curve and go up there and doop 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 all the way around, and fan it around. Boop 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 doop doop. And Dawn has some beautiful peonies, y'all. They don't look nothing like this. They don't look nothing like this. Okay. Now right here, same thing. Bottom, slide it across because that's the base. That's a petal right there. And then we're going to kind of go and make this a little loosey-loosey. Kind of turn it around. That's our petal. Oh, and I'm trying to do it upside down. I was supposed to turn the paper. That left-handed me trying to do it, do it, do it. That's too much water. That's going to be a good mop brush. Okay. Boop, 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 boop. Kind of doop, doop, doop. So when you don't spend a whole lot of time on it, then you just slap it down. All right, we're going to leave this. I want these to dry. We're going to sit these over here. That's why I'm saying layers. When we get ready to layer it, then we'll come back to it. I'm going to give it time to dry. In the meantime and in between time, let me catch up on chat. I do not have any quill style brushes. I recently found out that they are what old school sign painters card. Yeah, if you feel lost in the woods, come to my imagination cabin. The door will always be open. What? Yes. Dawn, your peonies are amazing. Let me show y'all. Let me show you. Oh, I can't show you. I ain't got no phone to show you. Yes, I do. Hold on for a second. This is why I don't want you guys to tell yourselves you're the best thing. You can do this, you can do that, whatever, right? Because at the end of the day, you are your biggest cheerleader. These peonies are beautiful. They're beautiful. Look at, she even put bulbs on them. Can y'all see that? She put bulbs on them. Look at the leaves. She just slapped them on there. And they are amazing. I like them. That's the one she did on the live. So, yeah, Dawn, you got it. See how we did the bottom flowers? Boom. So, y'all, let's give Dawn a hand. She does not need permission to do a thing because she does know how to do a thing. She does it great. Does it well. Okay, so now we're going to take my round brush. Oh, that one got too much of a tip. Yeah, aren't they beautiful? Okay, so you need to loosen up. Then that means loosen up on the brush stroke. Be able to throw your brush across the room. I'm going to take some of this. Mix it with this because I want a very, very vibrant. I love peonies. When I lived in Colorado, I planted some pink ones, some white ones, and they bloomed every year. I did not realize that peonies love the cold. So when I came here to Alabama, I was trying to figure out where are peonies. Why don't I see peonies? And then the flower lady told me, she's like, yeah, peonies are real. They really love the cold. So you're going to have to get a hybrid to be here. And I was like, ugh. So I'm trying to grow some right now, literally. I got some in the rose garden. And so far so good, but we'll see. They're not going to bloom this year, but we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. The rose garden is doing amazing. It has all the things. The roses are blooming beautifully. We had to kill a little slimy crawly friend that decided he wanted to try to, I guess, go in a hole from where them things, the moles be digging. He kicked the mole probably out of the hole. So had to kill a snake. And I was like, get out of my garden. You're not welcome in the garden. Please and thank you. Please move. Please move. Thank you. So my husband was like, you're not gonna have to worry about calling me to kill snakes after a while. I'll be like, no, I'm always gonna call you to kill a snake until I get my gun. I don't want to be near him. But he was over by the carport where we get in the car, so it's just like he gotta go. And then the other one, the dogs kind of keep him kind of away. That one is pretty. Won't they grow on the north side of your house? It's hot. It's not. It's hot. So, okay, north side. They are over. So they are on the north side now. They are because it's not a whole lot of sun, and so we're gonna see. We're gonna see. We're gonna see. All right. Now this one, I'm going right on into the petal because this is where you want to start. If you want your petals to have some definition, just like I say, life needs to have some kind of definition, but you get to choose what kind of definition it has, right? So on here, when I use pointed brushes, I have to go back and take that point out because I kind of don't want the point in. I want it to have a little jaggedy looking edge like a peony. And just kind of wiggle it around and kind of, you know, boop, 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 boop. There we go. Boop, boop, doop, 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 doop. Boom. The other one over here is still not dry, so we're going on in with our olive green. So I'm going to mix this olive green with a little indigo. Hey, Bernadette. How are you? And I need this. Make sure it gets... Oh, I need a little bit more green or something. That's not... that might not work. That'll work. Hey, we're not going to stress over it. Remember, we're not stressing over things. So reset June. We're resetting because we're already in June. Half of the year is gone. And our flower for reset June is the peony. We did a rose challenge last month, which was rose. And I'm still, of course, drawing roses, but I'm doing more peonies and different peonies. Like I want you to think about a peony and kind of just slap it on the page. So much so. See how fast you just keep it going. Just keep it going. Keep it going. Right? Now watch this. Watch this. We're going to take this color. I'm going to dip it. What size is that? That's a 7. Let's use a number 5. Let's do that. Mix all of this up here because we're going to have a lot of pigment. We're not stressing over life. Remember? You keep showing up, right? I keep showing up because it helps me stay grounded with my paint, right? So when I really do, and while I'm painting, if I have an issue or life is bothering me, then I think about it. And as I'm painting, and be like, can I control that? No. Do I want to control that? No. And then you just keep going, asking yourself these questions as you're painting or making your cards, whatever it is you're doing, right? This is going to be a big one. It's already open, open, open. I'm going to have to drag that down a little bit. Put that up there and kind of pull the little ones down. And talk to yourself, because, you know, back in the day, they used to tell me, talking to yourself, only crazy people talk to themselves. Well, I talk to myself a lot now, and I'm okay with being crazy. But usually when you finish, who can talk to you better than you, right? Who can tell you what to do better than you? That's like I told you guys, I wake up in the morning, I'll be like, oh, girl, you the best thing that God woke up this morning. So when people come to you and they be like, oh, you just think you all of that, and is, right? So if you don't think you are, who, you going to wait on other people to affirm you? No, we don't. Not over here, we don't. We affirm ourselves. We tell ourselves we did good, we did great. Hey, you showed up today. Like Dawn was on her walk this morning. She showed up, right? And we give ourselves credit for showing up. We're not going to critique ourselves and be like, well, you could have did this better or you could have did that. No, we're not doing that. We're going to give ourselves credit for showing up. Right? Okay? All right. I keep grabbing this brush by the neck because it's so big. Now, all of these I'm going to turn into a card. Gina K can't do that. Ha ha ha. Katrina! Hello, friend. You just got out of summer class for the day. How are you? I feel like we haven't seen each other forever. When I was so used to seeing you on Zoom every Saturday night, it's like now everybody's not, like, we're all out of COVID and we're all doing our own thing. And it's just like we got new friends and all the things. I got watercolor friends, card making friends. I'm just happy over here. Katrina is my, so yeah, Katrina is PP, paper, pens, and coffee. That's Katrina. Katrina enabled me a little bit too when I first started out. We would be on Zoom, on Confident Canvas's Zoom. That's where all of us kind of met during COVID. Oh, I'm gonna really have to let that dry because I'm gonna layer that up. Okay, there we go. All right, let's pull our other one back out because I feel like I need to finish this one for you guys. I'm happy that I got my palette. So you saw that color? We can mix these up. I'm going to have to really, that's indigo. I'm trying to keep them on the thing so, because I'll forget. I'll have to go back and do this video over again. Okay? Watercolor is the one thing. Katrina with a K. Katrina with a K. Watercolor doesn't try to control everything, right? That's why I'm telling you, if you feel like you need to loosen up a little bit, Dawn, then just kind of hold the brush. And if you can like knock the brush out of your hand, then knock the brush out of your hand. That's to let you know that you're holding it too tight. So if you got the brush in your hand and you're holding on to it and you're gonna grip it, then you're holding too tight. You saw that dagger go flying across the room. All right, let's slap some leaves on here. There it is, Katrina. All right, what are we going to use? We're going to use a line. We're going to use a number 12. Doesn't matter. Oh, I know what I'm going to have to do. Because I want this. We're going to use burnt sienna. And we're going to put it in there because I want it to be a little darker. Mixing paints is another thing that I'm trying to get into being okay with doing, because sometimes I just be like, I ain't got time to mix that. I got that color. Just let me go get it. But now that I'm going on a cruise, I don't want to take my whole palette. I just want to take a little palette and I want it mixed up with, I can't do more than 10 colors, and it can't be the basic colors. Can't be the, reds and all that. It needs to be different colors. Because I want them to be, I want to be able to, do whatever, okay? So let me ask you guys something. This is what it is. I want to ask you a few things about that could change how, I don't know, for me it's healing, right? So some of the things, slapping paint on paper, some of my art pieces are literally called Her Tears because I literally used my tears. As I was crying, I was just like, let the tears hit the paper, right? And so I named them the pieces. It's Her Tears series. So have you ever been made to feel like you should be better by now? And that's one of the things with me with my grieving. It was just like sometimes, like I told you guys, I'll take a walk, and during the walk, I just end up like bawling. And so I had to give myself credit, right? So I asked myself, what does it look like to be better? And I didn't have an answer, and I still don't have an answer. And I've lost 2 children 12 years apart, and like I don't know what better, people's version of better. Let me put it that way. So when someone hasn't suffered a loss, and I'm not just talking about in death, because a loss could be loss of a job, loss of a marriage, anything that has made your heart hurt, anything that made you cry, right? That's what I'm talking about. And for me, the thing that floored me and knocked me down and really had me looking up in the world was losing 2 children. And so now when I have people that tell me, and I'm talking about people who haven't lost children, they're just like, well, I just feel like they'll be talking about their family members or whatever, and they just be like, I just feel like she should be better now. And so in my journal, I wrote, like, what does that look like? How do I even answer that question to tell them to stop rushing that mom or stop rushing that person whoever. Like, grief is the fact that you're still grieving means that you lost something that you love, right? And so that's why when I come over here and I slap paint on paper, I don't like that color. I need something else. Put some more of that in there. It really makes me feel complete on days when I've come completely undone, if that makes sense. So on those walks that I've, kind of just lost my whole couth about myself and just like, why am I not to a place where I'm not doing this anymore? So because your heart, you love someone. I love my children, and they're not here anymore. And then to walk around on the ranch sometimes, it makes me feel sad because my daughter and my son, they're not here to enjoy this, and I know that they would enjoy this. I know. So I have to remember to tell myself that it's okay to come undone, but give yourself time to get yourself together. Let's go slap some paint on some paper. Let's jump on the tractor. So, life after divorce didn't bother me, didn't knock me out. I was just like, okay, move on, let's go. So, the things that knock you out, you know, my hubby is still going through. His parents died. Yes, right. Yes, that's right. Yes. Um, Grief is just hard. And here's the thing about it, right? Grief is one of those things that we should be not so, it shouldn't knock us off our rocker, right? Because death is a part of life, right? And we all know that when we're born, we're going to die. But somewhere in the world, we just kind of don't want to talk about it, don't want to think about it. And, sometimes people don't want to hear me talk about it because they don't want to think about it. And I'm just like, well, okay, no problem. You ain't got to think about it. But when it come and knock on your door, you're not going to have any other choice but to decide how you're going to navigate past it. And slapping paint on paper is just a tool that I use to help me show up in the world and be full of joy and be happy and don't feel guilty about it. So that's how this channel really got started. It was just me showing up for me. And then at the same time, people were just like, I can relate, I can this, and I'll be like, oh, okay, I'm not by myself. Right? And so now I want us to have fun. I want us to slap paint on paper, make cards out of our art. I want us to learn how to do what we want to learn how to do and be happy about it. Like, it doesn't mean that we're always going to show up and be woe is me. Because y'all know life is going to go on. There's nothing we can do about it. So we can choose how we perform. We can choose how we show up. We can choose if we even show up, right? But I choose to show up one brushstroke at a time. I don't even want to worry about it, but like, I don't need to have it all together when I show up. I don't need to prove I've healed. I just need to show up for myself. And some days in the studio, I still cry when I'm here, but I still get to show up, right? And other days, I get on here on Mondays and Wednesdays and I laugh with you guys. I get to let it go. I don't have no expectations, no pressure. I'm not pretending I'm fine. Even when I have to come on here and tell y'all I'm having a pissy day or, I'm mad at Mr. McKoy or whatever, I get to show up and be transparent. And then we get to talk about it. And then we get to choose peace. And I get to choose me, right? And that's the space that I want to hold for you guys. So that's why we're here. Jen says, my mom passed a few years ago. I found watercolor and it helped me so much. I stuck with it and recently lost a baby. Oh, and watercolor is still there helping me. Oh my goodness. I'm so sorry to hear of that. And I'm so happy that watercolor, that you understand and you can see that releasing those emotions and those healings through watercolor and how watercolor has really touched your life as well. Like, it's amazing. I do splat sometimes oh man, yes, do splatters Listen, black was my color. I could go down. I'll try to tag a video that I did of a mixed media. Mixed media, like when y'all start seeing me do some mixed media, that means I have to cover up some stuff because, and this is going to be transparent, you know, for I'm saved, sanctified, and I'm full of some of the Holy Ghost. I'm not all the way there. God is still working on me. Um, and so I try to tell people, you know, y'all might be, I can't believe she said that. Yep, I pray in a different tongue every now and then. Every now and then. Okay? Okay? All right, Katrina, see you later. Off to sell lemonade and dirty sodas. Oh yeah, you gotta share that with me. Let me know what that's all about. But I would take a painting, a canvas, because mixed media, I put it on a canvas, and I would journal on it first. Those turned out cool. So now we gotta slap some. Remember, I told you, got to leave the painting being bold. Oh wait, we need to put something in there. Hold on, guys, hold on. I got to talking to y'all, and I wasn't focused. So just slap it down. Don't worry about it. Just put it down, let it dry, and then we'll put something else in there because we gotta add the little centers to it. Ooh, put that in the wrong spot. Oh well. Oops, oh well, as Dina says. Oops, oh well. No worries. It's gonna be beautiful. We're gonna make a card out of it. Put a sentiment over it. Okay. We're gonna let this dry. So just that simple. You get to see we did 3. And remember, y'all, if you're new to my channel, I do 3s for my son, my daughter, and my granddaughter, and for the Father, Son, and the Holy Ghost. So that's usually my stuff is going to be in 3s or in 5s. Okay. Rosa Gallery, close up. Let me show you. This right here, if I can pull all of this off, pull these layers off, right? Pull these layers off, and you can read what I put on here before I slap paint on it, you'll be like, oh my goodness, really? But remember, I'm over here trying to work on forgiveness. My son was murdered, so I'm trying to forgive the people that took his life, right? Because ultimately, they didn't take his life. God allowed him. It was his time to go. So I've rationalized that with myself, but I still get angry, right? And so I tell people in my flesh, I just get angry, and I'm that's just it, right? So all of this is just my emotions and how I showed up. And this has been going on now for about 3 or 4 months. I put the butterfly on there, I think a couple of weeks ago, because I felt like it was coming to a close. And then I pulled it off of the canvas again because it started talking to me again. So it's a work in progress. And some of these circles right here, it's like some days I just feel like I'm going in circles. Like I'm not off of this wheel, this hamster wheel of life. I just feel like I just keep getting intertwined and just like, oh. So, yeah, and then see my roses pop out because I'm still here. I'm not broken. I'm still becoming. I'm allowed to grieve. I'm allowed to rebuild. I'm allowed to rest and bloom. And that's what this has been talking to me every time I pull it or I look at it and it just jumps out. And I'd be like, oh, I'm still here. And it's okay. And I'm giving myself permission to heal. Hence is why I had to find those permission slips. And however I'm feeling and however you're feeling, guys, that's why I want you to give yourself permission to tell yourself the truth. You don't have to tell me the truth, but tell yourself the truth. If it's like, I don't want to do it today, I feel like crap or whatever, write that down so you can get it out of your mind. And then you can start releasing all of those negative emotions and all of that stuff. And then you can start winning, right? Because once we get those emotions out of our mind and do stuff like this, journal, paint, whatever your thing is, that is when you will be allowed to really, really, really go deeper into your own self and then show up. And then when people be like, oh, well, you think you this and that? Yes, I do. I do. Because I know that I've been broken. I know that God is still rebuilding me. And I know sometimes people look at my strength and what they feel is my strength, And they get a little, intimidated. And I apologize that they do, but it's not my fault. So I tell people, if you want to be mad with anybody, be mad with God, right? So I want you guys to keep creating. I want you to keep breathing. And I want you to keep becoming who it is and what it is that you want to do, what you want to become. Tell yourself the truth. And then give yourself what? A permission slip. I just happen to have an official permission slip that Shauna Klingerman made. But make your own permission slip. Literally, I can take these flowers and I can journal on them and then fold it in half and put it in my journal. Right? So yeah, like don't let life win. Pick your palette, show up with it. My Rosa Gallery just happens to be my beautiful palette that I often grab, especially for my expressive, my emotional, and my intuitive work. I enjoy slapping paint on paper with it because it feels so good, right? It has natural pigments, the vibrancy. Look at these colors, like they just show up. And the other thing is they activate quickly. Because remember I told you watercolors is forgiving just like Jesus. So right here, if I want to go back in and wake this up because I feel like it might be too whatever, I can do that. Right? Right, guys? Okay. Oh, Lord. Okay. I had to share that because, again, the Lord said share. So when he talk, I do what I'm supposed to do. And sometimes I don't. Y'all know sometimes I don't. Sometimes me and God be fighting. And I'd be like, dude, move on. I don't want to do that today. Gone on. I just need to sit here by myself. You giving me enough, so just leave me alone today. We got that. We got that kind of relationship. Kinda. Okay. Ooh, it's after 4 o'clock, y'all. Ooh, listen, time flies when you're having fun. And do. Hey guys, y'all know you get to have a little bit of me before. I had to take a deep breath. That was a lot. But I feel that's what I want you guys to do. Take a deep breath. Like breathe in and then let it go. The studio, we're going to hang out. It was supposed to rain. It did a little bit. And then it didn't anymore. So no worries. Okay, I was supposed to show something. I can't remember what it was. We're going to let it go. I'm not going to worry about it because I feel like we've done a great session today. I want you to remember, tell yourself the truth. And I want you to remember to give yourself what? Permission. And then write down whatever the thing. I am stretching. My viewpoint is on a villa in Italy. And that brings me so much joy because I think about slapping paint on paper, hanging out with all you guys. All you got to do, the villa is going to be so massive and so amazing that it's going to house at least 7 people, right? And all you have to do is catch a flight and come hang out. Okay, so Aqua, hello, welcome to the studio. How are you? Thank you for joining. I kind of got on a little tangent and left the chat. Let me scroll back and make sure I didn't forget anything. Jen, I'm super excited for you to be here. It's like when I get stuff like that in the chat, it's just confirmation. That's just God talking to me. And it's like, this is why I tell you to show up. And I'd be like, I know what you tell me, but sometimes I don't be wanting to show up, God. So can we just do this a little bit? And then God reminds me, like, you're not in control, Karen. I'd be like, I know, but just kind of let me feel good and act like I am sometimes. All right, guys, I am going to get out of here. I'm not leaving the studio, but I'm going to get off of the live. And I'm going to put my palette in. I'm going to take these, make my cheat sheet because I will forget what I pulled out. And I realize I'm going to have to put another green in there because maybe not. I maybe have to do some more mixing. Okay, so if you're not subscribed to the channel, do subscribe to the channel. If anything I said today resonated with you and you're just like, oh God, that girl is crazy. I need to be in there. I need to be around or whatever. Subscribe to the channel. Hit that bell notification all because I do go live other than Mondays and Wednesdays. Mondays and Wednesdays at 3 p.m. Central Standard Time is my etched in stone time. But I do show up sometimes and we sit here and we just slap paint on paper. Beth, put in the chat. What time I'm going to make dinner until Beth. Beth is what time? Give me the time again so I don't have to go back and listen to the whole thing on your channel. Give me that so I can put it here and on my cheat sheet because I don't want to miss. I want to be there to support. Okay, team replay. I do. I apologize because I was supposed to give you a shout out way back, but the Lord took over, and you know when the Holy Spirit kind of goes in, I tend to let Him do His thing, because I feel like I do my thing enough. So team replay, thank you for being here. I appreciate you. I do appreciate everybody showing up. I do. Y'all just don't know how much I do. Appreciate y'all for showing up at Create Joy Studio. All right, guys, I will chat with you later. And Beth will be on at 5 Central Standard Time. So we will be with Beth. And Beth is crafting. Is she still here? So y'all go and we follow everybody. Beth is, oh Lord, Dawn. Can you put that in the chat? Lord, I got to scroll back because Beth was painting the happy place crafting. So happy place crafting, and they make some beautiful cards. I got card makers in here, so we do all the things. Join very late, but I'm glad to be here. Oh, well, you can catch team replay, but Mondays and Wednesdays we'll be here. Aqua, I do appreciate you. Yeah, happy place crafting. So join us, y'all. I'll talk to you guys later. I'm going to hang out, so I'll see you later. Bye.